Well, hello, family and friends. It's been a while. It's been a busy spring. Haven't seen you since there was snow on the ground, so a couple months. So as you can tell, garage is a mess. We planted a lot of stuff. Still have to clean this up. There's some flowers the wife is working on. What else is going on? We had some tractor problems, so yeah, our food plots and all this stuff are kind of running behind. But I did buy a new tractor. Well, new to me tractor. So tomorrow, um, it's Thursday, but I took the day off. So my plan is to go out and do some mowing, some brush mowing with that thing. The food plots we had last year, the grass is just about as tall as I am, so I gotta take care of all this stuff. I'm gonna try to mow as much as I can, mow the food plots, mow in the back, and hopefully even spray tomorrow, spray the food plots, and then go back this weekend and try to cultivate and then till the food plots and hopefully seed them. I don't know. We'll see how far we get. The problem with the tractor is our 2110 Ford, our PTO went out. So all the research I've done, and I mean, it would cost thousands and thousands of dollars to fix. Well, even just to diagnose, we'd have to pay 2, 3, 4 thousand just to figure out what's actually wrong with you by the time they take it apart and put it back together. While the thing has working PTO, I mean working 3-point, he has a bucket on it, so I can use it for a lot of that type of work. Just has no PTO, so yeah, I ended up going out and buying just an old Ford 8N, and I'll show you tomorrow what it looks like and what's going on with it. But it has a perfect working PTO, should be good enough for mowing for sure. As far as stealing goes, might be a little bit challenging, but I guess we'll find out. So that's the plan for the next few days. So yeah, follow along and see what kind of adventures we're gonna end up going through. So here we go. Well, Thursday morning on the way to the cabin. I'm bringing the four-wheeler out there, as you can see behind me there. Bringing that with because hopefully I get to spray, like I said, today yet. I'm a little nervous about that tractor. I haven't used it before, so it's gonna be a learning curve for me. It works way different than the 2110, so yeah, it should do the job. So we'll see what happens out there. Well, here we are, making it to the cabin. Yeah, bowflies seems to be somewhat better. They were terrible the last couple of weeks. At this time of the year, we have the bowflies pretty thick out here, but it really cooled off with the Canadian smoke we're getting here. It really cooled off the last couple of days, and I'm thinking that probably helped with that bowfly problem too. But yeah, mosquitoes are also pretty bad. Well, they still are bad this year. I sprayed out here a couple of times. I sprayed at the house a couple of times, and it seems like actually they're getting bigger and fatter from the spray. Really, but yeah. So we're out here now. Yeah, I have the tiller on the tractor. I'll show you in a minute here. I gotta unhook the tiller and hook up the mower and see what kind of damage we can do back there. Okay, so here we are. This is the Ford, the 8N. She looks okay, I guess. I did order the cushion for the seat. It's a little hard on the butt if you do it a long time. So yeah, I gotta drop the tiller off it and the quick connect, and then we'll hook up the mower. Oh yeah, so this one, the PTO also runs the 3-point. So in order for me to lift things up and whatnot, I have to have the PTO engaged. So that's why that is disconnected. So like I said, it's gonna be a learning curve for me to run this. Hopefully, I haven't tried it yet. I'm hoping that the seals are good in the hydraulics. So if I do lift it up and I disengage the PTO, it stays up for a little while, as I would hate to have to drive around with the tiller or the mower connected and spinning. So we'll see how that works out. One thing in this one that I noticed right away after just having a few days is that the carb is leaking. So we did have a leaky carburetor. So if I leave the gas on and shut it off, after a while the carb just pretty much floods. So every time I shut it off, almost instantly I have to shut the gas off. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, I want to make sure I grease all these. Looks like it has been greased. Not sure how recently, so I want to make sure I grease all those before I get going. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to unhook the tiller and go get the mower, because that needs to be greased and checked anyway also, so I can do them both at the same time. So yeah, let's go do that quick. Here we are. So I turned the PTO off, and as we can tell, it's not spinning, and it seems like it's holding up pretty good, which is awesome. I'd like to check the blades underneath here in a little bit and hopefully sharpen them a little bit before I take off. And then also I gotta check the oil and grease up the knuckles. So I'll do that stuff here quick. Well, so far I'm pretty impressed. Definitely is way different than what I'm used to. This thing flies, like first gear, you going. So it's a two-handed job for sure. One hand I always have to steer, and the other hand is always have to be on my 3-point up and down adjustment. So when we get in, well, especially here we have super tall grass. It pretty much was just like down there, so it knocks it down awesome. This is just an old mower that's been welded and re-welded, so it's doing okay. But yeah, this is a lot faster than I'm usually going with the 2110 for sure. So hopefully I'm not worried about the tractor actually. I'm more worried about this thing holding up. Yeah, so far so good. So I'll go do one more area over there, then I'll go take a break, have some water. Wow, yes, it's a nice little tractor. I wish I had my GoPro with me so I can take some footage while I'm mowing, but like I said, it's a two-handed job, so I can film and mow at the same time. But yeah, that's good. Well, we took a break, had some water, let her sit for a little bit, and cleaned out the radiator. This thing just pop out, this one on the other side, and this just pulls right out, so you can get to the radiator and clean it out. Make sure the thing doesn't overheat, and go back at it. got it all done. I haven't mowed this path here that we usually take to go back there. I had to adjust it, the mower a little bit. As you can tell, I was dragging it. So I made a couple adjustments, but it worked good. Okay, so this is the back. Everything, all this was like tall grass. I did mow this food plot here. It's gonna be a food plot anyway. I mowed it shorter. We have the food plot over there, and then this over here. Yeah, so this one is going to be a food plot. It was last year too. It just kind of flooded. We got a bunch of rain and everything died in it. So we'll try it again this year. That one was a food plot over there. So those two are mowed super short. Well, as short as I can. And then this over here is going to be a food plot. That's the property line where the post is. So my brother-in-law and his wife and kids hunt in that shack. He has some food plots over there too. But yeah, that's the property line. So I'm gonna have something over here, and then this is some clover we planted a few years back. You can tell it's still coming. I think this is gonna be the last year. It's a clover mix. Supposed to spray it every spring, but like I said, I didn't have the chance to do none of that stuff. So I'll just mow this one a little bit taller. And usually after we mow it, the clover really comes on and kind of takes over again. So hopefully that's what's gonna happen. And then I have a camera on that post over there. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but yeah, there's a camera on that post. So I have deer every night in here, but digging through the tall grass, some of them all I can see is just the tip of their ears because of the tall grass, but now we should be able to see it a lot better. So I'm gonna leave this alone. Food plot, food plot, food plot, and then food plot, and then oh man, yeah, so those are the food plots, and that's the deer stand, so that should work. Usually it works. So yeah, I'm gonna probably go and have a beer, then I'll hook up my sprayer and mix up a batch and come and spray those wannabe food plots. So, and then I'll give them a few days for that spray to work. I think the next step is gonna be I'm gonna try to cultivate first. Use my cultivator just to break up the ground a little bit, and then try to use the tiller after that. I'm not sure how that's gonna go with this 8N. Seems like the first gear is a little bit fast, so I'm hoping if I break up the ground some with the cultivator, then the tiller is gonna do a good job. Otherwise I'm gonna have to go over it a few times, but we'll see. That's gonna be probably another video. But yeah, I'm happy with the tractor, and took me about 3 hours to get all this stuff done, so it's not too bad. So yeah, back to the cabin and hook up the sprayer. Well, our plans are gonna change. This is what I found in the back of my truck. So it broke right off of here, and without this on there for some reason, this thing doesn't want to work. I tried to plug it and it just builds up pressure and hardly anything comes out of here, so I'm pretty sure this has some kind of a role in making sure everything is working right in here. So I do have another one at home, but by the time I go home and come back, it's gonna be kind of probably too late to spray. So yeah, I guess that's it for today. I think I'll come back tomorrow after work and spray. So there you go, more challenges. Well, all that's left out here to do today is just water the garden. Things are kind of coming now, so I'm gonna have to weed the onions and stuff now that I can actually see them. So yeah, we have white onions, red onions, and these are all, I think we have 3 rows of white russet potatoes and 2 rows of reds. We have a couple of zucchinis over here, and still room in the back. I might still throw a couple of plants in there just to see. Our growing season up here, it's really short. It's really short. So I'm kind of running out of time for planting more stuff, but I know my father-in-law has a few tomato plants left and probably some pepper plants, and so I might just throw some in there just to get some more. We'll see. So yeah, I'll water the garden, and I did find another gauge online, but it'll take 5 days to get here, so that's not gonna help me this week. But I still want to fix that sprayer. What I'm gonna do is, I think Sunday I'll come out and try to work up the food plots first and then spray after. I might have another sprayer at home if I didn't sell it on our yard sale. Something wasn't right with it, but it might have a gauge on it. I'll have to look. If I can get that going, then I can work things up and then spray right after, and then just wait about a week before I plant anything. So I don't know, we'll see. I might just keep this video going till the end of the week, just to see how the 8N handles when it comes to cultivating and tilling. So I'll try to get my tripod out here too, so you guys can see me probably pulling some wheelies with that thing. We'll see, hopefully not, but okay, well, we'll see what else happens here. Well, today's Sunday, we're back at it. Yeah, so first I wanted to cultivate this, make it nice and soft for the tiller, and it's actually not going too bad. It's kind of nice because it's bringing some of that mowed grass and all that stuff out at the same time, so it's gonna be easier on the tiller. So yeah, I got this done, so I'm gonna move on to this one, and then that one, and one in the back. One in the back might be a little bit more challenging because we had no food plot in it last year, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, if I can get this done, then I'll throw the tiller on it and try to till it up, and then hopefully spray by the end of the day. Oh, I did get a cushion for this thing. It's a lot better on the butt with the cushion on it. So yeah, I'll keep going and see how it turns out. Well, number 2 is done. I'm really impressed by this little tractor, to be honest. Pulling through there like nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna go get that one done and then get some gas. I forgot to gas it up before I came out. Yeah, good stuff. Well, this is what we're looking like so far. That actually does pretty decent job with the cultivator, but this foot plot right here is the easiest one. It seems like it works up pretty easy and it stays pretty dry. This one looks a little rougher. It still worked up pretty decent, I guess. So we'll see how it goes. It should work. should work to till it. And then this one over here had the most amount of grass in it. Holy cow. Looks like there's still some grass in it that's gonna probably get tilled in, but I got a lot of grass out of this one with that cultivator, so yeah, it should make the job a lot easier. That's just chunks and chunks of freaking grass. Now hopefully if the tractor works now, next year I'll have a lot earlier start, so I won't have to fight the grass anymore. This one actually worked up pretty decent too. This was only plowed a couple of years ago, and we were gonna till it last year, but then we had some tractor problems last year too. Water pumping out of the tractor. By the time I got it fixed, it was just too late to mess with it. So considering, actually cultivated up pretty nice. So hopefully it goes good with the tiller and everything. I'm a little afraid of rocks in here because I heard a couple of clinks, but I couldn't see the rocks. So hopefully we don't catch nothing with the tiller. So yeah, so far so good. The little tractor does the job. It seems like the best $2,000 I've ever spent for a tractor that old and in that good of a shape. So yeah, get yourself an 8N. So I'll go and I'm gonna go and unhook the cultivator and hook up the tiller. That part is what makes me the most nervous, because it seems like it has too high of a gear than first gear. So we'll see how the tilling goes. It's gonna be a learning experience for sure. But I'll give you guys the update as soon as I find out. Well, finally got it hooked up. Good thing I checked. I had to cut down that PTO shaft a little bit. It was too long for this tractor. So that's all good to go. Of course I have to have it hanging while I'm driving out there. That's one thing about this tractor, to be able to use the 3-point and lift this up, the PTO has to be running. So with this being on the ground, it would start tilling before I can even lift it up. So that's the one challenge I found so far, but it's just a learning curve. Yeah, like I said, so we'll see how it goes once I get out there. I gotta have a beer quick, then I'll head out there and see how it goes. Well, we got it done. Definitely a challenge. Yeah, the tiller did awesome. No problems there. Yeah, you have to pretty much like the mower. One hand on the steering wheel, one hand on the height, and just give her hell. So we got it all tilled. I'll take you for a ride and show you how we did. I was thinking maybe I'll look at home, see if I have an attachment for my GoPro to put in here so that I can film in the back next time I go out there. Yeah, let's go see what it looks like. Yeah, so this is what we look like. She's tilled and cultivated and now, well, mowed, cultivated and now tilled. So my next step is gonna be to spray it and give it about a week, and I think I'm gonna till it one more time before I put the seed in there. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna plant. I know it's gonna be some soybeans and some sugar beets and turnips and stuff, but I'm not sure which is gonna be where or what's gonna happen here. But yeah, that tiller did good. Same over here. This was a little bit tougher, but actually didn't do too bad at all. I was kind of surprised by it. So this one should be, ooh, I see a big rock over there. 2 rocks. But yeah, so this one is tilled up pretty good. Like I said, I'm gonna spray this one. I'll spray all of them. And I'm gonna have to till one more time, I think. just to make sure it's nice and black before I put seeds in it. I think this one was the most challenging one for some reason. Still lots of grass, and then this one, then I went over it twice, and yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to spray it, and maybe I'll go over it 2 more times before I seed it. But I mean, it's stilled up, but man, I mean, understandably, this was 5 days ago. This was grass taller than the tractor, so I guess we're still doing pretty good. So yeah, I'll spray it, and next weekend I'll be out at the cabin doing some stuff anyway. So I'm thinking next Sunday, like pretty much 7 days from now, I'll spend that day tilling this up and then seeding it and dragging it and all this stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to do that, then I'll be done with this project. The clover we left alone, of course. Couple of days of rain, and usually they just takes right off like crazy, so that should be nice. I already have pictures of deer coming every night and every evening you're eating, so that's good. Oh. This one hump always kills my beer. Such a shame. This one, actually, I was surprised how well this one went, considering it was just plowed up a couple of years ago, like I said, and yeah, so this turned actually pretty good. But the same thing, I'll spray it and till it one more time. But this one actually looks really nice and soft and everything. So whatever I plant here, I'm almost thinking I'm gonna do the turnips on this side, but we'll see. We'll have to see what happens here the next few days. So yeah, there you go. I think I'm just gonna spray this. I'm not gonna film that, you guys know. I'm just gonna put my tank on the 4-wheeler and spray it. I'm gonna use my tank that's 15-gallon tank. I use it for spraying for bugs, but I'll just have to wash it off when I'm done. I want to get this project done, so I'll spray all this stuff and then yeah, we're done. So I think I'll call this video good right here. If you like this type of stuff, just subscribe and follow us and give us a like. I want to do a lot more videos with that 8N. I really like that little tractor. I think it was a really good investment for a couple of thousand. I mean, 5 days ago this was all tall grass, pretty much like over there, and now we have pretty much a footpath almost good to go, and all done with the 8N Ford. So yeah, I'm impressed and I'm happy with it. So I'll try to mount my GoPro on it next time so I can get some more good videos of it working. So that's the plan. So follow along. See you guys in the next one.